Dr. Peter Sharples.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker. Tēnā tātou katoa. Waitangi is a place that belongs to all New Zealanders, Pākehā and Māori. Incredibly, these words were spoken 80 years ago by a British lord who'd been born the same year that British troops invaded Waikato Tainui. Lord Charles Bathurst Bledisloe, New Zealand's fourth Governor-General, was a visionary man, a man whose thinking was years ahead of his time, a man whose words of generosity matched his actions. When public servant salaries were cut during the Great Depression, Lord Bledisloe insisted the government reduce his own salary by the same proportion, something we do here in this house. It meant he ended up using his own private income to carry out his duties and to leave an enduring mark upon New Zealand history. In 1931, he donated the Bledisloe Cup to mark the annual rugby test between Australia and New Zealand. The Bledisloe remains physically the largest cup in world rugby. In 1933, after working alongside Tāpira Ngata, Lord Bledisloe donated the Ahu Whenua Māori Farmer of the Year trophy. The Ahu Whenua remains New Zealand's oldest national farming competition. However, Lord Bledisloe's most significant gift to the nation was made in 1932, when he used his own money and purchased the Waitangi estate from private vendors. He then gifted all 1,000 acres to the nation and said, Waitangi is the birthplace of our nation. Waitangi is a place that belongs to all New Zealanders, Pākehā and Māori. More than 80 years later, Lord Bledisloe's words resound through the generations. They are as relevant today as they were in 1932. Mr. Speaker, this bill is about our nation building, and it has been a great honour to have served as a member of the Waitangi National Trust. Those who have served before me include representatives, some of which have been mentioned already, some of the forefathers of Aotearoa, particularly of the north. Honeheke, Maihi Kawiti, Tamati Wakanene, Paul Murray, James Busby, Archdeacon Harry Williams, Edward Gibbon Rakefield. Those of us who are privileged to serve on the trust today, we have very large shoes to fill and to follow. This bill strengthens the existing trust by making the Governor-General its honorary patron. It extends the membership with 2 additional members of Parliament who are not members of the Cabinet. The Crown representatives will provide for an enduring relationship between the Crown and Waitangi National Trust. It will be made up of the Prime Minister, the Minister of Māori Affairs, Minister for Arts, Culture and Heritage. Mr. Speaker, this legislative makeover for the Waitangi National Trust is being matched on the ground with plans for a state-of-the-art Waitangi Museum. The plans are outstanding and in keeping with the Trust's vision for Waitangi to be placed for all New Zealanders. A place central to our history as a nation, a place central to our growth as a nation, a place of honour, partnership, scholarship and courage. A place for all Kiwis to want to visit at least once in their lifetime. So, Mr. Speaker, next year Aotearoa, New Zealand turns 175 years old from the signing of the treaty. This bill is about succession planning, future-proofing our most significant natural site. The signing of the Treaty of Waitangi marked by the birth of our nation. The lands at Waitangi mark the birthplace of our nation. The Treaty of Waitangi itself is the birth certificate of our nation. Ka huki ako mahara ki te wā I tai tuatahi au ki ngā whenua o Waitangi. He tai tamatonu au I te rā wā, I urau ki roti I te whare I reira, whare whakaturi te taukotahi mano I warau whātekau, I reira ngā kupu, ko au anō te tahi I reira. Those words were put in that house for the reason that that house was erected, that every tree had some Governor-General's name associated with those trees. So in 1940, when they built the house and opened it, this says, I was also there. putting in the other half of the treaty, the Maori people there. So it's a pleasure for me to stand and support this bill today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Tēnā koe, it gives me great pleasure to be able to join previous speakers and support the passage